Today we have a lot to talk about. We're going to be going over Holland America, something important to know about Celebrity. If you sail on Celebrity, something keeps coming up in the news a lot lately with Carnival, so we'll be talking about that. And then at the end, I'm going to tell you about our Alaska cruise for 2027, and it's a phenomenal one, so stick around. You never know, you might want to come with us. So let's go ahead and get started. Hi there, this is Allison with Let's Go Travel Tips. Today is Tuesday. It is September 9th of 2025, and if you haven't subscribed to our channel yet, please be sure to click on that subscribe button, and if you appreciate our updates, please give this video a thumbs up. An important note about that, if you are subscribed and you click on the subscribe button again, it unsubscribes you. So pay attention to that. It'll say subscribed if you're already subscribed, so thank you. And if you hit that little bell next to it, you will be notified by YouTube every time we put out a video and every time we go live. We're preparing to go on our exciting inaugural Star Princess cruise. It'll be out of Barcelona on October 4th. Very first cruise sailed on the Star Princess, and so you're going to want to be there for our sailaways and for all the fun. So a quick note to you though about the Star Princess. I have not seen it on an official press release from Princess Cruises yet. But all over the place, people are talking about the fact that Princess is going to take possession of the Star Princess on September 20th. Now, why is that an important thing? It's really important because of the trouble they had with the Sun Princess. They were late getting the ship. Things weren't finished on board. And so those first couple of inaugural cruises didn't sail. That was a really big deal at the time. It still is. And so hopefully with Princess taking possession of the ship on September 20th, everything will go really smoothly for that inaugural cruise to sail on October 4th as scheduled. Now, I do want to go over a couple of other cruise line things here for you, but we are excited about that cruise. First up, Holland America right now is doing one of their phenomenal sailings, the Westerdam. Right now they are up in, they'll end in Hawaii. So I'm not going to go over the whole entire itinerary here for you because what I want you to know is that weather is impacting their journey. So they are going to have to go to their port call there in Kodiak on the 10th rather than today. So they'll be there tomorrow. They're having to cancel their call at Dutch Harbor due to weather, but instead they are going to take them on a different day down to Seward, Alaska. Seward is breathtakingly beautiful. I have not been to Dutch Harbor yet, but I want you to know as you think about how cruise lines change ports that Seward is beautiful. It is situated in a spectacularly beautiful place. Holland America said in their announcement to their guests on board that they are already trying to get excursions lined up for their guests to be able to take there from Seward, but it's a really beautiful port of call, and so I'm looking forward to hearing from anyone who is on that sailing about how everything is going, what they end up doing in Seward, and then the ship is supposed to be calling on schedule September 17th in Wili, Hawaii. So a quick update for you there. Next up, lately, again and again and again in the news, I keep seeing Carnival Cruise Lines having to talk about some of their gambling rules, and a lot of the rules that Carnival has as far as gambling on board their ships go are the same across all the cruise lines because they're having to make sure that they meet all of the international or all of the gambling laws for the places that they call in all of the different countries, so they have to be really careful. The thing that keeps coming up in the news again and again and again is the fact that people are going ahead and gambling with their friends on board the ship outside of the casino, and that is a big no-no. That is very, very firmly not only discouraged, but if you do it, you can't do it anymore. They'll catch you, and I've seen a few people who have been banned because they keep doing it, keep doing that. So what people can do, what does Carnival want you to do, and what are some of the rules? I think this is really useful for people that like to gamble, or maybe people are trying new things in their life, and you need to know what the rules are so that it works well for you. So first step, you're only supposed to gamble in the casino. In the casino, you are not supposed to play any card games, dice games, anything like that for money or prizes anywhere else on the ship. Doesn't matter if the people are your friends. It doesn't matter if they're people you just met on board that like to play the same games you do and you want to have a wager. You cannot do that. So keep that in mind. If you want to play when you're on board a ship, you need to play in the casino, okay? You know what? John Heald has made a couple of announcements about this, and he said that if people are playing with friends and they want to wager something, like do candy. The other idea he had are some of the souvenir magnets you can get places, or cruise ducks. And so kind of keep in mind, if you want to play those games, that you can't do it for money, but maybe think of candy, okay? Another quick thing is to know that crew members are trained to notice this and to report it. So don't be thinking that just because the captain's not standing by you that nobody's noticing you're doing it. You have to be at least 18 years of age to play in the casino. And on Carnival Cruise Line, as well as a lot of the other cruise lines, they do have sports betting. If you want to do sports betting while you're on board, you have to be at least 18. You can do it from an app that they have, or you can do it from a live kiosk there in the casino. And you can do that when you're at sea, or if you happen to be in a port that allows sports betting. All right. Other than that, if you go on a cruise, you will notice that the casino is closed when you're in port. It only works when you're in international waters, but the cruise lines still have to obey international law. So let me know in the comments what you think about this. If you play games and, anything else you want us to know about, let us know in the comments, because all of us sharing our experience helps everyone. Now, those of you who sail on Celebrity, I'm really looking forward to hearing your feedback. And for all of you who sail on Celebrity, maybe don't know about this or are thinking of going on Celebrity, Celebrity has what they call their Celebrity Premium Access Package. The price for it varies by cruise, but the average that I've seen the most is $32.99 per day, and it has to be booked for all of the guests in the cabin. So it is not like when we think of a beverage package or the all-included package that Celebrity has got. This has to be booked for everyone in the cabin, so it can really impact the cost of your cruise. So why is it that people book these packages? Some of the things that they offer, it's like all the other packages that you can look at purchasing when you go on a cruise. You really need to look at how much it costs, what you're going to use, and if it's worth it to you, right? So you end up getting to have the premier Wi-Fi. You can also open the websites that require the dual and triple authentication, because you've got 2 devices per person. So that takes your Wi-Fi, ramps it up to the premium Wi-Fi. You also get unlimited room service. This is something you have to think about how you cruise. I've seen 2 different prices on 2 different cruises that I was on for on Celebrity. One, the room service was $12 per time, not per cruise. You pay every time they bring it, or $16. So let me know what you most recently saw when you're on your cruise and the gratuities that go with that. So that is all included. Unlimited. You can have room service as often as you want for no additional charge. They also are going to deliver your luggage quickly. You get access to the cruise terminal early on embarkation day. You get on the ship earlier. So everything is expedited as far as getting on board the ship. When they first introduced this package, they also included an embarkation day lunch, and they would also reserve seating for you in the theater. Let's see, at the end of 2024 is when they took away those perks, so it's been a while since they included that. So I would say if you're going to go on a Celebrity cruise, know that this package exists and decide if it's going to be worth it for you. If you are someone that really enjoys room service all of the time, you want that premium Wi-Fi, kind of price out how much you're going to be spending on that, and then you'll know if it's worth it or not for you. You can also find out how much it is when you actually book your cruise. We can see how much it is per cruise. $32.99 is a nice average of what I've seen. So just wanted to bring you up to date on that. Now let's talk about our group cruise for 2027. This is different than the usual Alaska group cruises that we do, but I'm on my bucket list. If you look at our letsgotraveltips.com website, you will see we have some pretty amazing cruises there, because we are working through our bucket list. I can't guarantee we're going to ever do any of those cruises again as a group. Quite truthfully, we'll just have to see what life brings and how everything unfolds. But for now, those are the times that we're planning to go to those places. So in 2027, we are going to do an Alaska cruise tour. Last night in our live, I talked about it. And I said that I had read and looked at the map for every single Princess cruise tour. That's a lot. They have a lot of cruise tours. They have them ranging from 10, from 3 days, on land, clear up to 10 days on land. And there's so much variety in it. Like, where is the train? When's the train ride in the whole thing? All of these different things. Where do you go first? How long do you stay in Fairbanks? How long do you stay in Anchorage? Usually the starting points. Some of them go back to Anchorage again as part of the cruise tour. So you really have to think of a lot. So I picked the one that I thought was the very best. And it's also the one that I feel like you get a lot of bang for your buck, because when I looked at the pricing and compared it to a lot of the others, I think this is situated very nicely with all of that. So I've already booked Gordon and I on that cruise. And so I have a little bit more detailed itinerary that I want to share with you for that. But know that it leaves August 24th of 2027, and then it catches the September 1st sailing of the Coral Princess from Whittier down to Vancouver. All right. A lot went into choosing the time of year that we're going to go. I think it's going to be beautiful, and it's going to be a nice time to go. The other thing that I think is really important for you to know is if you don't want to do a cruise tour, you've already done that, you don't want to do it, it's not in the budget, come and join us on the sailing that is that 7-day cruise from Whittier down to Vancouver. Or if you want to go round trip Vancouver, we can book you on the sailing from Vancouver up to Whittier on the beautiful Coral Princess and back down again to join the group for the voyage back down. A lot of really good options. That sailing is really affordable, and as far as when you compare it with other 7-day cruises, so a lot of options here that I want you to be thinking about. So first off, the cruise tour starts up in Fairbanks, and Princess has 5 different Alaska lodges. I love Princess. Princess is the only one that owns all their lodges where they put guests. All of the other cruise lines, including Holland America, sometimes with Holland America, sometimes because they have some lodges, but then sometimes they have to use different hotels. Celebrity only uses other hotels, same with Royal Caribbean. So I love that Princess has their own lodges. They control the experience a lot, and I love that. I really like that about them. So on this cruise tour, we get to go to all 5 of the lodges and see the national parks while we're there, with a lot of options. The other thing I really liked about it is you have enough time to actually schedule some excursions while you're there if you want to, or have time to see things on your own. So a lot of flexibility. So let me tell you about it. So first off, like I said, it starts up in Fairbanks. You arrive there on August 24th. Princess will be there to meet you at the airport when you fly in. Then the next day you get to go on a riverboat ride there on the, it's Chena river there in Alaska, Hina. I'm not sure how they pronounce it, but you get to go on the riverboat ride. It is listed on the itinerary as going from 8:15 in the morning until 12:45. Then you're going to get on your bus from Fairbanks to Denali. That ride is leaves at 1 o'clock, and it gets up there at 4:30 in the afternoon, so about 3.5 hours long. So from the afternoon on, the rest of the time, you can do whatever it is that you want. Denali is situated where there are other places to go eat, or you can eat at the lodge. A lot of really great options you can do. Look at if you want to go on a hike or whatever it is that you want to do. You've got all of the time from when you arrive there at 4:30 in the afternoon, the rest of the time. On the 26th, you can either do free time. The natural history tour is included. It runs from 7 in the morning until noon. And if you want to, you can upgrade to the Tundra tour. And that one is even longer. And you get to see more of Denali National Park when you do the Tundra tour. It costs extra money to do that, kind of think like an excursion. And another thing that I want to make sure that you know is when Princess does like the natural history tour, the Tundra tour, some of the other things like that in Alaska, they use school buses. When they take you, for example, the bus ride that will take us from Fairbanks to Denali, like I just told you about, they use their beautiful coaches. Just think of the regular kind of bus that we're used to taking on excursions. So you're going to be riding in comfort. I think that's a really important thing to know. Then for the rest of the day, you can book other excursions, do whatever you want. And I want to tell you, if you have been there before and you don't want to do the natural history tour, you don't have to. You can book something else, do something else, get up late, whatever it is that you want to do. You can do things however it is you want when you go there. So you have that rest of the afternoon at leisure, and then the next day you're going to be taking, this is so exciting, that is when the train comes into play, and we're going to be taking the train from the Denali Lodge to Talkeetna, which is close to the McKinley Lodge, and the train ride, its listing is going from, that can't be right. Oh, it is right. 9:15 in the morning until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. So that's a nice long train ride. Once you get to Talkeetna there, they put you on a bus, take you over to the McKinley Lodge. It takes about an hour is what it says to transfer from the rail depot to McKinley Lodge. And then you have the rest of the day at leisure. So my guess is about 3 o'clock on. You'll have the rest of the afternoon at leisure. And that's on August 27th. And then on the 28th, in the morning, you're going to get on the bus, and it is a long ride. I know it's a long ride. That's why I'm telling you about it, to go down to Kenai National Park. I have done so much research on Kenai National Park to decide if it is worth the bus ride. We're going to be riding in comfort. I am sure we're going to stop along the way. I'm planning activities on the bus, fun, things to do. I'll have to stay seated. It's not like you get up and dance, but I have some fun ideas for things that we can do to kind of pass the time a little bit if you want. But that bus ride is from 8:30 in the morning until 3:30 in the afternoon. Sorry about that. So you arrive there at the Kenai Lodge, and you get to spend 2 days there. There is so much to see. Look at the map. Get the map out. Kenai is situated right there by Kenai Fjords National Park. There are so many excursions that you can do to go on boats. You can go fishing. I've always wanted to stand in the water somewhere, and go fishing. And this just might be the place that I actually do that. But there are so many different excursions that you can take there in Kenai that it's really very much worth it. So after you spend 2 days there, you're going to take another beautiful coach over to the Copper River Lodge. Looks like the bus ride from the Kenai Lodge to Copper River is about 8 hours, I think, 8 or 9 hours. So spectacular scenery the whole way. I've watched videos about it, talked to people, and it's absolutely spectacular. So you get to have 2 days at the Copper River Lodge, seeing a lot there. And when you go on an Alaska cruise tour, it's kind of like going on a cruise from the standpoint that when you're in the lodges and have the free time, then they have excursions if you want to book something. If you don't want to book something, you don't have to, but if you want to, it's a great option to get to see a little bit more, or go for a hike on your own, enjoy the views, all of the spectacular things that there are to see there. And then I think this is pretty exciting, but then the next day, after you spend those 2 days at Copper River Lodge, on September 1st, you take a bus that takes you from Copper River Lodge over to Valdez. Okay, so spectacular scenery. I haven't been there, but I've been in that region before. So beautiful, okay? And then in Valdez, you get on a catamaran, and it will take you right across the water there to where the ship is. So it's a spectacular cruise tour. Just wanted to tell you about it. Let me tell you about the itinerary for the cruise. So if you only want to do the cruise, or you're going to do the cruise tour, here we go. You board the ship there in Whittier. If you're flying into Anchorage, wondering what that's like, the bus ride that takes you from Anchorage, we've done the Princess Transfer every time we've done it. They take you from the Anchorage airport there down to Whittier. It's about an hour, I want to say an hour and a half-ish, somewhere in there, maybe not quite that long ride. Really beautiful scenery as you go there as well. But so the next day, we get to do that scenic cruising of Hubbard Glacier. It says that we arrive at the Hubbard Glacier at 3 p.m. and leave at 8 p.m. You have to plan more of the day than that, though, because that whole cruise in, you go through, I think it's Disenchantment Bay, and everything as you approach the Hubbard Glacier. It's so beautiful. The next day we're in Glacier Bay. So see, this is a dream cruise. It's a really good cruise. You get to Glacier Bay, it says at 9:15 in the morning and leave at 6:15 in the early evening. Then the next next day, you're in Skagway from 6 in the morning until 8:30 p.m. You can book 2 excursions or book an excursion. Spend your time exploring the town. Skagway is a really good place to walk around. It's a really good place. It's really easy to book your own independent excursions. And with a day like that, you don't have to worry about not making it back to the ship because you have so long. Juneau is the next day. You get there at 6:30 in the morning, leave at 4:15 in the afternoon. Ketchikan is the very next day, and you get there at 10 in the morning, leave at 5 p.m. That's a really nice time. Several of the cruises that I've done lately, both on Holland America and on Princess to Alaska, we have gotten to Ketchikan like at 7 in the morning and left at like 1:30. And not that that's not doable. It's still beautiful. There is still so much to see, but I really like the time of getting there at 10 and not leaving until 5, even better. The next day is at sea, and then finally we end up there in Vancouver. It truly is the trip of a lifetime. Don't know that I'll ever get the chance to do this again, and so I'm going to make sure this is a really special cruise tour for anyone who wants to come and join us, or for the cruise portion. Definitely come with us on the cruise part if you can't come on the cruise tour part. There's nothing less, because Alaska is so absolutely beautiful. And let me know what questions you have. Let me know if you want to come or want to know about it. First of all, the cruise tour number is QB8. So think of Queen Bravo 8 for the cruise tour. Like I said, August 24th, 2027. Starts in Fairbanks, ends at the very end in Vancouver if you're looking for it on the Princess website. Right now, the pricing that I have is the same as Princess's. And so when you look there, you'll be able to see what the price is. I booked Gordon and I in an aft balcony, and I did not add the plus package. I'm hoping by 2027 maybe they'll have a better option for us when it comes to Wi-Fi. If not, I can always add the plus package later. But anyway, and it was about $10,000 for the two of us. So that gives you a price point. And know that when the other thing I think it's important for you to know is in Alaska, they have different kind of cruise tours. Just so you know this. Some of them include more of the food, some of them not so much. This one is not escorted, and it is not connoisseur. It is not got the food included. And so make sure that you kind of plan a little bit of extra money in your budget. Some people eat all of their meals at the lodge. Some people like to go to some of the closer places. Not all of the lodges are close enough to other eating places to really plan on something, but you can bring snacks with you if you want to. Bring anything that you want. Like, I'm not paying for breakfast because I don't really eat breakfast, so that would be a waste of my money. They do have meal plans that you can buy when it gets closer. I can let you know, and that just simply tells you like how many, like which meals are included and how much it costs per person. That's how that works. But that should pretty well cover it. Once everything else isn't covered, like you don't have to pay extra for the train. I have people that just did the beautiful train ride there in Alaska. They fed them. You don't have to pay extra for that. So it's other than the food, you're set. And if you want to book an independent excursion, alrighty. But everything else is included here. When you are on the tour part, on the land portion, if you book the plus package for the cruise portion, that's not included in the land portion. You'll just buy whatever drinks you want to buy, manage all of that on your own. They do have Wi-Fi at the lodges, and I'll let you know more about that as it gets a little bit closer. But let me know what your questions are in the comments. Send me an email if you want to come. If you want to come, you've looked at the Princess website, know what you want, send me an email. Let me know which cabin you want and your Captain's Circle number. If I have booked a cruise for you before, I have your Captain's Circle number. But and I'll send you my phone number and we'll talk on the phone. So I really appreciate you all being here today. Thank you so much. I am really, really excited about this. What do we look for 2028? I'll tell you about that another day because this is getting a little bit long, but I have a plan. So I will be talking to you all again really soon. You all take really good care. God bless you. Love you. Bye-bye.